Hello, Featherweight friends. This is Nova. I hope you are all staying healthy during this strange time for us in the world. I know a lot of you are using your time at home for sewing. Many of you have joined the effort to assist by making masks. I'm very grateful to you for that effort. With increased sewing time, that means your machine will need to be serviced soon. I too have been sewing quite a bit. Here is a look at my machine after about a week of sewing with excellent quality 100% cotton thread. I always use and recommend Masterpiece by Superior Threads and 100% cotton fabric. You can use Nova's Featherweight maintenance card to walk through caring for your machine. It will guide you through all the steps to clean, oil, and lubricate your machine. A couple of things I always tell my students in my workshops: lint is never your friend, and if it looks dirty, it is. Clean it up. A lot of lint like this here can just be wiped away with a soft cloth. I recommend kerosene for cleaning the mechanical parts of the machine. I want to call your attention to one particular thing and remind you about it. It is a very common problem with completing the service to your Singer Featherweight. When you go to replace the needle plate, and the needle plate is the large chrome capital D shaped plate that your needle goes through, the needle actually runs through that little hole right there. When you go to replace that needle plate, remember that the positioning finger on the bobbin case base or the bobbin case carriage, and this piece right here that rotates is that bobbin case base. It's also called the bobbin case carriage. That thing sticking up is called the positioning finger. The positioning finger on that bobbin case base must be caught in the notch on the underneath side of the needle plate. See this notch right here? That's what it looks like when it's in place, and there's a notch right there. That positioning finger has to be caught right in that notch. If you miss it, and it does like to jump out at the very last second, if you miss having that in the right place, then you're going to have problems with your stitching. So let me see if I can illustrate that for you. If you miss this, if you miss getting that finger, that positioning finger in that needle plate, in the notch on that needle plate, you see this is close. It looks really close, but it's not caught. The needle plate will screw down like that. But what your stitching is going to look like, if you've missed it like that, your stitching will look like big bird's nest on the back side of your fabric. And if it's completely over here, if it falls down and that positioning finger is way off like it is here, then it won't even pick up the bobbin thread. So you need to make sure that that positioning finger is caught in that notch on the base of that needle plate. Let's see, I think it's in place there. Yes. And you see when it is caught in the notch, that bobbin case carriage, that bobbin case base no longer rotates around. It's locked in place because of that positioning finger right there on the back side of that needle plate, the notch in that needle plate. So always double check that so that you don't have stitching problems. It is a very, very common problem to have problems with that. Close doesn't count. It must be caught in that notch on the back side of the needle plate. Always check it before you put these screws down to hold the needle plate in place. If it's caught properly and locked in place, the bobbin case carriage again will not rotate. Please stay safe and healthy, and remember that your Featherweight cannot sew without you. We all want to stay safe and healthy during this time for us. Happy stitching.